So I see a number of calls on Ukraine, and folks, on a personal level, I'm really worried about this situation escalating. I've been saying this for about a week. I'm worried about Putin, embarrassed that his ship was shot down, sank, and he's embarrassed, and he's got to find a way to strike back. And Putin is not going to buy into he's losing the war to Ukraine. Putin is going to buy into the only reason why he's losing the war to Ukraine is the weapons being provided by the United States of America.
If I was him and you kept pissing me off, I would tell Ukraine, you have 24 hours to surrender. If you don't surrender, one of your cities is going to be turned into a mushroom. And as far as the United States, we're not going to war with him over Ukraine. So America will do nothing. So if the head of Ukraine, the president, is smart, he will surrender. Because I'll tell you right now, if you think Americans are going to be drafted to go fight in the Ukraine, right? Hell no, we won't go. Remember those words? It ain't happening. Because I'll tell you right now, I've got children, and there ain't no way they're going to go to Ukraine to fight in a war to save the Ukrainians. Baby, they are on their own. Whatever happens to them happens, but none of my children are going, and I'll send them to Canada before I'll let them go.
Well, Michael, I thank you for the call from New Jersey to the Bronx. Let's say good morning to Joseph. Joseph, good morning, and welcome to the Dominic Carter Show.
Yes, good morning, Dominic. With regard to Ukraine, very briefly, we started this situation from the start in 2014. When you had Victoria Nuland, who was this neoconservative stinking up the State Department, who spent $5 billion in U.S. tax money to overthrow a democratically elected government in Ukraine that was pro-Putin. So this is the genesis of the conflict that's going on right now. Secondly, providing the Ukrainians weapons is only delaying the inevitable. They cannot defeat all 900,000 well-armed, well-trained Russian soldiers in the Russian military. That's not going to happen, all right? All you're doing is prolonging the misery for the ordinary Ukrainian people who are suffering because of our actions and meddling in their internal affairs. The best thing we should do is simply wipe our slate clean, stop provoking Putin by pushing NATO closer and closer to his borders. That's exactly what his main gripe is.
Well, now, I hear you, Joseph, but I do have to move on because we have a full board of telephone calls. A lot of people want to talk about the situation in Ukraine. And there are also reports that Putin may decide ultimately to go after a NATO country. And then what? And so, folks, I am telling you my worst fear is that Putin is going to go there and the U.S. is going to be provoked, and then it's going to be a matter of, does the U.S. get involved? I feel by the day the U.S. is being pulled into this situation. Let's go to our friend Dominic in Wappingers Falls. Good morning, Dominic. How are you this morning?
How are you, Domenico? Come inside. How you doing, my Italian brother? How was your holiday? Good?
Nice and quiet. So, how about yours?
Very good. I'm working. I have to work Sundays. What can I tell you?
Okay. Working hard for the money.
Home, so.
Okay, all right. Well, I said working hard for the money. Drive carefully. Absolutely. What's on your mind, Dominic?
Well, I just, that guy Michael, I think he's the opposite of Stanley. Stanley is in one direction, and Michael is totally a lunatic on the other side, calling everybody idiot. But he doesn't understand, and I think a lot of people don't understand, Putin has a family. He has two beautiful daughters. He has a son-in-law. He has a mom and everything. You really think, Dominic, he's going to push the button right in the country right next to him when he knows he's going to get that backlash from that nuclear power? I really don't
Hey,
to push
Dominic,
it. I really don't.
I hope and pray that you're correct, but I worry that he's losing the public relations battle on a world stage. And I worry that he feels Putin, if he could just take on Ukraine alone without U.S. involvement with the weapons, that it would be an easy battle. And so
I understand.
go ahead, Dominic.
I understand, Don, but hear me out. Listen to me. It's not just him that's going to push the button. There is a chain of command, and with that chain of command, those people don't want to see their family blown up either. I really think he's just using this as a scare tactic because he's going to say, all right, I want you to push the button, and there's going to be a chain of command, and one person in that command is going to say, I'm not pushing it. I'm not doing it. And there's going to be another person saying, I'm not doing it. They don't want to kill their own family.
No, I hear you, Dominic, but to stand up to Putin, that may be a tall order. But I hear you, and I hope that you're correct, and we'll see. Dominic, I thank you for the call and drive home safely.